We do a thing. It's like we share a hobby, you could say, and it's talking to people and using a method called street epistemology. This is, yeah, you can see it, street epistemology,
Street epistemology.
right? And that is basically we want to talk to people about their deeply held beliefs and find out what they believe, why they believe it, and reflect on the reasons and the quality of the reasons why people hold these beliefs.
Gotcha.
Right. And it can be about literally anything. It can be about religion, about supernatural things, but it can also be about politics, society, abortion, homeless people, whatever you think. If you have something where you would say, this statement is true. Can be a very short, simple statement. I believe that's true, and ideally it would be something that's important to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys like a off-campus kind of organization, or are you guys on campus?
I'm actually just passing through, and I'm from Germany.
Oh, you're from Germany.
I'm from Germany.
Nice.
And I'm just visiting, and I'm actually driving through. Basically, I came from a friend in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm driving up
I would have
to
never
Michigan.
thought you were from Germany, and then
Thanks.
I would have never thought.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
Germany is actually where my family's from.
Oh,
but
really?
Not,
Okay.
I don't know any German language, so.
Okay. Okay.
The only people I knew that knew German language was probably my great-great-grandfather.
I see. I see.
I've never known him.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So, and you from around here?
I live up north, about 2.5 hours up north.
Okay.
So that's where I'm from.
Nice. Cool. So, after I've explained to you the kind of claims that might be interesting that we could talk about, is there anything that comes to mind?
About what interesting is.
No. Do you have like a statement that you think is true that affects your life, that you think is important to you in some way?
Well, politics is definitely a huge topic, but I'm not a huge political person.
You don't need to be. We can talk about anything, and we'll just explore the belief. So, we're not looking for experts on certain fields. We're looking to talk to people who random people who might hold a belief and not really know that much about it, or they do, or it doesn't really matter.
Global warming.
Global warming. Okay. So what about global warming?
I don't see I'm not an expert, so I personally don't really believe in that such stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I guess you can kind of say that it's more of the atmosphere being messed with due to pollution. I'm not necessarily saying it's global warming.
Okay.
It's more of the chemicals in the air. But I guess that's probably the same thing. But I'm
Gotcha. Okay, so if I understand you correctly, you're saying you do not believe that global warming is a thing, that it's happening?
I'm not sure if it's scientifically proven. If it has as much scientific evidence to be proven that it's the problem of what we are having right now.
Okay. It's not scientifically proven. If I ask you, is global warming real? What would your response be?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Now, you already said that you kind of qualified that before. So, on a scale of confidence, the confidence that this statement, global warming, is not real, it's not a thing, it's not happening.
Yeah.
If you had to put that on the scale from 0, I'm not confident in it at all. I have only doubt. And 100% would be I do not have any doubt. I'm absolutely confident that this statement is true.
That it doesn't exist?
That global warming does exist.
I will say I'm about 5 right now. I'm confident, but I'm also not sure. Mainly because of the fact that I don't have any scientific proof that shows me that it actually exists.
Mm-hmm.
I only have what people say and what I've looked up and people's other explanations about it, and I'm just like,
Okay.
I don't know if I actually believe that.
Okay. Is that a 5 on a scale to 10 or to 100?
It's a 5 to 10. So pretty much a 50 out of 100.
Okay, you're at a 50. All right. Cool. What is your main reason why you were at this position, why you're 50% confident that it's not real?
Well, because in my honest opinion, I don't really believe that's like it will technically be a side effect towards, well, I shouldn't say side effect, I should say a result of everyday life. Like this entire world is going to be completely different. I'm saying like since we're like the world is like almost urbanized.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only areas of the world that are actually rural now are like I would say maybe 15% of the world right now.
Okay.
So in that situation, every urbanized area has a sort of pollution level, and that pollution level that affects like the atmosphere, and the temperatures can be higher the more pollution it is. And if that spreads around the world, then you will be talking about more of like it's pretty much pollution. Pollution pretty much causes the heat index to rise up. I wouldn't say it's global warming per se. I would say it's more pollution.
Yeah, I'm not sure I completely understand. Let me try and clarify that.
This is a hard topic to talk about. Like,
Right, yeah, but it's my job to understand you. And so I'm gonna try and.
do you think we should talk about another topic?
No.
I'm happy with talking about another
This is great.
topic.
This is great. I have a couple of questions about that. Just so I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. So, what I heard was that only about 15% of the area in the world, the landmass of the world, is that what you mean? Is not urbanized?
Is not populated, or it has very small population to that pollution won't be a factor.
Okay.
Which meaning like the Amazon, for instance.
Right. Okay.
Like, I don't know if people have urbanized that. I'm pretty sure they haven't because there's so many animals and predators and plants out there that is very thick terrain that is very hard to live.
Okay.
And just like the cold parts of Russia or in Antarctica, for example.
Right. Okay. And so because of only about 15% of the world that is not urbanized, that has only a small population, that's a small enough population that pollution is not a factor.
Yes.
Because of that, you're saying, I heard you say, please correct me if I didn't get this right, that it's pollution can increase the temperature overall.
Yes. Pollution. I believe that is the major factor.
Okay.
Is the pollution in the air.
But you wouldn't qualify that as global warming, is that right?
I wouldn't classify it as global warming. If it was like some global warming, I would say would mean that would have to do with something like, in my belief, it would have to do with something with the Earth, the giant rock that we live on in general, not the atmosphere that we have.
Oh, okay, interesting. Actually, that was a mistake on my part because normally I should have asked about the definition, and now we got that definition clear. So thanks for clearing that up.
So if like our core was warming up and making our surface of our Earth warmer, I would classify that as global warming. But since it's the atmosphere that is, the problem. If our Earth had no atmosphere and it was warming up, what would you classify that as? Would you classify it as?
Okay.
That would be classified as global warming, just per se.
Okay. So, if I understand this correctly, you're saying you do not believe that the Earth itself, the dirt and the rock and all of that warming up, that is not a problem or that is not happening. Instead, it's the atmosphere.
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
Now, over time, there has been proof that the Earth will warm up given it time, because
Right.
I'm not sure how the physics or anything of that works, but I do believe at some point where this Earth is right now, like it's not gonna happen in like our lifetime or anywhere close.
Okay.
I think our species might be extinct to the point that that will happen, but yeah, I think the core will get hotter and hotter as time goes on,
Okay.
but just not at a very fast rate to where we will notice over the span of like 10 years. It'll take like maybe 1,000 years from now.
Okay.
Maybe more.
What about the oceans? Do you think the oceans are currently warming up?
See, that has a lot to do with the atmosphere as well.
Okay.
Because the atmosphere is, actually, it's like water, and essentially, like, this is our ocean. The air is pretty much our ocean. It's made of hydrogen, oxygen, and other, like, chemical, like, airs that we breathe. And the water has technically the same concentration, except it is more of a higher concentration that technically we wouldn't be able to survive in, because it doesn't have enough oxygen for us to live.
Okay. What does that mean for the ocean's temperature?
The temperature, I would say that pollution up in the air, those chemicals can get in the ocean as well as the atmosphere.
Okay.
It works both ways, I think.
Okay.
And then when that happens, the sun's temperature makes it warmer than what it has to be.
Okay.
And when the sun's warmer, all the chemicals that go out to the ocean, just like, landfills per se. If you got like fields, like, when it rains, the water goes into these like drainage types and flows out to the rivers, and those rivers flow to lakes and goes out to the ocean.
Right.
That's pollution in the rivers.
Okay.
And that also works both ways with the city's plumes and exhausts and all that kind of stuff. It works with the oceans too.
Okay.
The water gets heated up by the sun and evaporates into the atmosphere, creates more pollution. And I believe when chemicals heat up, it makes the water warmer.
Is there pollution that goes into the earth?
Yes.
Does that affect the earth?
I will say it affects it in a very small percentage. It affects more of the air than the earth itself.
Okay. So, are you saying that that it's negligible?
Depending on how deep it goes into the earth, I'm thinking like, well, it's because of the heat from the core. I'm not really sure about that. That's something that I can't really answer because I'm not a huge expert on that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Neither am I. So yeah.
So
okay. Okay. Now about the warming of the atmosphere and the oceans. I think
yes.
That's what I heard. Do you think that that's a problem? Or is that?
It can be, because that's where you're talking about when people are talking about polar ice caps melting and the icebergs just completely melting, making our sea levels rise. Yes, they will rise. It's happening. To me, it's happening at a very slow rates to the point that it might not cause a problem in the future or to where we will notice. I think we got time to prepare if that happens.
Okay.
But if it happens at a very fast rate to the point where we can't prepare for anything, like for the oceans to rise like 250 feet above the sea level.
Right.
See, that's where you're talking about, a catastrophic kind of event. But I'm not an expert, so that's out of my area of expertise.
Okay. So let me try and repeat that back to you so I'll make sure that I got it right. It might be a problem, but you think that the warming of the atmosphere and the oceans at where we currently are is not yet dangerous? And we have enough time to compensate?
I believe so.
Okay.
Right now, the oceans are as fine as they are. Right now, the only thing that changed to me in my naked eye is the water temperatures.
Okay.
The water temperatures have changed,
Right.
but the water levels have changed slightly. I'm not sure. Like, to me, it like you can't see by the naked eye. The only way you could tell is like some scientific way of doing that, which I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
But well, Google images from like 10 years ago to now, you can see. But if it's like in a span of 10 years, will sea levels rise maybe, an inch or two? I would say that it's not going to be a huge problem. Now, if we're talking about maybe a foot per 5 years, it might be an issue.
Okay.
But 20 feet in 5 years, that's a huge issue.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we'll get to that point.
Okay, so can we put that statement also on the confidence scale? I think I heard you say the current warming of our atmosphere and oceans is not yet dangerous.
It's a very controversial topic that we're discussing. I don't want to be in the burden of getting absolute.
I will not hold you to that position if you.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm saying that is because it's what I believe. If it's scientifically proven, I will change my entire statement. But right now, that to me, it's yeah, we can.
Interesting. You said if it's scientifically proven,
like all these scientific, like data. If I get shown that, I've only heard about what people have said. I haven't been shown any like data per se.
Gotcha.
It's only been said. I have not seen it.
Okay.
That's my problem.
Okay.
I need to physically see what people are saying if it's true, instead of me listening to them and trying to believe of what they're saying without any known of actually what they're talking about is true. Because I can't believe everything what scientists say, because half the stuff that scientists have said, it's like you don't really see that.
Oh, okay, so you can't trust what scientists say?
Well, if they show like data, yeah. Like weather, for instance, the atmosphere is complex. It changes all the time. Everything that has been scientifically proven like 5 years ago might be completely different now and needs a whole different scientific discovery.
Okay, maybe first can we put that on the scale? If you're not happy with the way I'm phrasing it, then feel free to alter it. I'll try and phrase it the best way that I can from what I heard, and I think what I heard is the warming of our atmosphere and the oceans is currently not dangerous. Feel free to rephrase that if you're not happy with that phrasing, or.
I mean, it's honestly the topic itself. It's just a very hard topic to talk about because I don't have enough information and I don't have no knowledge.
I'm not trying to make you responsible for anything because you said this. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from, and I thought that was what I heard, what your position was. Or am I mistaken? Is that not your position?
My position is that I don't believe unless I have proof.
Okay.
I can't believe what people say. I have to physically see the data that they are talking about to prove of what is happening.
Right.
But my also proving that I don't believe that the pollution in the atmosphere being warming the atmosphere on our Earth is considered global warming.
Okay.
I would have to say that has to physically, in my belief, that would be physically dealt with underground and the ground itself.
Yeah, I got that. But are you saying that until you see the data,
I will change my whole entire perspective after that and then I'll believe.
Right, until you see the data, you believe it's not dangerous. If you see the data, then you might change your mind.
I never said it was. I don't know if I said it was dangerous or not,
Okay.
but it's dangerous. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
If it like, how can I put this? If it so happens to be warm enough, way above the norm, to the point where it affects like everything around us, like if the trees start dying, or if like the population starts decreasing because of like the air is changing so rapidly
Mm-hmm.
that like no, don't get me wrong, like something is going to happen, like, everything has, oh, to me, I believe like everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's dangerous because if it gets to the point where it's like temperatures fluctuate too much
Mm-hmm.
in like at a short period of time, that could be definitely a huge factor.
Okay.
What I believe is that I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Right. Okay. So you're not saying it's not dangerous.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm saying it won't happen.
You're saying in order to get to the position that it is dangerous, you would need to see the data?
I would need to see the data, the projection that we are at, how much it's changed over the last 10 years, give or take maybe 20 degrees. If it's changed maybe 10 degrees above our average, I'm not saying that's dangerous. Now, if it was 20 degrees, we'd have a problem. That means in the next 10 years, it would probably be 25 degrees or even 30 degrees above the average.
Where do you get these numbers from? Why is it?
I'm just thinking about them.
Okay.
Just thinking what actually would be considered as dangerous to me.
I think I also heard you say, if it was dangerous, you should be able to see effects like trees dying or something like that with your own eyes.
I mean, don't you believe that too? If a change was so severe, the trees wouldn't. You would see trees dying. You would see like animals like acting strangely. Because whatever happens to our environment, if it's a drastic change in our environment, everything that's living would act in a huge different way, and you would see that.
Could it be dangerous even if you couldn't see it with your... Or could it come to a point where, like a point of no return, where you don't see it with your own eyes yet, but there is no way to stop it now?
I would have to say if it happens quickly enough where we don't notice it and it's too late when we do, yeah.
Okay.
But
how important is this to you? Like, if it was dangerous, is that important to you in your life that you want to find out?
see, I'm not an expert on the atmosphere. I'm not an expert of anything scientifically.
Right.
I just like weather,
Mm-hmm.
and the weather patterns have changed. Not drastically, but they've changed. But it would mean some importance because you never know what's going to happen the next day or the next 5 years, the next 10 years, or 20 years from now. You don't know if this planet is going to be the same as it was, which it's probably not. But
okay, let me rephrase my question. If the data was out there and you just haven't seen it, and it proves, if you looked at it, it would sufficiently prove to you that the current state of the atmosphere, the oceans, etc., is already at a very dangerous level. Let's just hypothetically say, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. Hypothetically, if that was the case, would it be important for you to find out, to see the data in your life?
well, at that point, you already know something is wrong.
Right.
Because if they were at a dangerous level, there's something going on. Right now, to me, nothing is dangerous about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and just like wildfires, for example, we could talk about that because that has a lot to do with the atmosphere.
Can you repeat back my question? Because I'm not sure, maybe I didn't phrase it right.
Like if it's...
Can you try and repeat what I asked you, or do you think what you heard me ask?
I think you asked me about if everything was dangerous right now. Would I want to see the data?
Right. Would you want to find out? Would you want to know the truth, basically?
I mean, I would want to know the truth,
Okay.
like now, for example.
Okay.
Like if it's true, I want to know right now. I want somebody to show me exactly what is happening and what is going on. And if I think that, and if I still think that it's not the way they perceive it, if I don't think it's the way that I want to see it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick with my side of
Right.
the conversation.
If you-
But if it changes my opinion, like, oh, this is actually great data, I will look more into it, and then I will be like, okay, it exists.
Have you tried looking for that data? Have you done research online? Or something
Now,
like that?
see, I'm not a huge person on that situation. That's not my biggest problem. My biggest issue is going to war.
Okay. Okay.
Because
So-
I'm as a military member, you know,
Okay.
that's what we're more worried about.
Okay. So what I'm hearing now is that it's not a very important issue in your life.
It's not a very important issue in my life
Okay.
right
Gotcha.
now.
All right.
But it is a topic that does get brought up, and I just give my sense about it, and and that's it.
All
And
right.
until like whatever, when a certain thing happens, and that is affecting me personally. Right now, it's not affecting me. I actually think this is beautiful weather, and I wish to have this weather all year round if I really wanted to.
Right. Okay.
But that's just me.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you so much. Do you have any questions for me?
No. Did we already start? Is what I'm saying.
What's that?
Did we already start?
Did we already start?
Yeah, the interview. Did we already do that? Was that this whole process?
That was it.
Yeah,
that
I
was
didn't
the
get a
interview.
3, 2, 1 go or anything like that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that? Are you?
I was kind of expecting that.
Okay. Well,
I was just like thinking that we were just preparing to
oh,
start.
well,
That's
okay. No. This was the interview. This was the conversation. That we had.
Oh, okay.
Are you uncomfortable with the fact that you didn't know that you were already being recorded and were already into it, or?
I kind of was like figuring like, okay, so we're going. Everybody's being silent, and they're
Okay.
like,
We're doing other stuff over here, by the way. It's not. We're like
oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I didn't know, so I like to get a heads up. Was like, we're gonna start right now, like no intro, just get
That's
right into it. That's
Good point. Thank you. I will make sure to do that next time. Now that we've done, sorry for not giving you a heads up. Are you comfortable with us using the footage potentially?
yeah. Go right ahead. I mean,
Okay, awesome.
is that camera rolling right there?
They should all be rolling. I think
This one as well.
these three, right?
we have had a little bit of technical issues, but we do have footage.
Okay. All right.
I turned your GoPro on too, by the way. Hope that's okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. That's what it's there for.
Is that one?
That one's been going the whole time.
Okay.
We ran out of space on this one. Mine's been finicky. I think it may have got too hot. But this GoPro and that iPhone has been going along with the audio source.
And we definitely have the audio. So.
Okay, so for all of you watching or whoever is going to watch this, don't take my thing and say like I know what I'm talking about, because I really don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going off of what I believe.
Right, and that's what we
Yeah.
do. We talk to people about what they believe. We don't try to find experts in a field and then interview them and then tell out the viewers on YouTube, hey, see, they're the
Yeah.
experts.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, so that's the idea.
Yeah. So
Okay, awesome. If you want, what we do is we have these puzzle pieces,
alrighty.
and we try to have ideally more than one conversation with the same person. And if you want, you can pick one of these three, pick one color, and then if we have another conversation, maybe online, because I think you're also staying tomorrow, but after that you're moving on, or
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be at this location
Right,
tomorrow,
okay.
but Quaid may be here. Because
I'll be here on Tuesday.
Quaid teaches.
I'll
okay,
be-
so
I'll
so
be-
maybe you can, yeah, if you see Quaid, you can.
I don't know if I'm going to be doing this yet. I'm a teacher here, so. It's
Oh, you are a teacher here. What do you teach?
English.
English. Wow.
I'm all the way over there. But if I get the time to, I'm definitely going to do something like this.
Okay.
I thought you guys are like video broadcasters here on campus. You know, I'm like, heck yeah. So I'm doing the radio broadcasting here.
Oh,
so
cool. Nice. Yeah.
and I'm in the acting program. Well, now I'm not in the acting program. I'm just a theater studies, but I'm wishing to be in the acting program.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
So
Yeah.
I love interviews. I just
Yeah.
wish it was like about like questions you had for me and that I can answer. Like, what is my interest? What is this?
This is what we do.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you want, pick a color that you like.
I like blue. I'll take
Sure, you
blue.
take the blue one. And if you come back, maybe have another interview with the Quaid, or do we have business cards?
The QR code is on that there. If you want to
Okay.
scan that, that'll
Okay.
take you to David's channel and to epistemology.com.
How many interviews have you had so far?
Here or in total?
Well, just here, yeah.
Just here. You've had what?
I had one, Quaid had two. I've had one just for the couple hours we've been here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
a few.
How long are you guys gonna be here?
Like today?
Yeah.
Probably another hour or two. Why, you want to do another interview?
I mean, hey.
I will say 3, 2, 1, let's go.
We can do that next time.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure, if you're up for it, and then maybe someone else could do it, not me.
Yeah, you know, that works perfectly. I ain't got
Okay.
nothing better to do today, so
Should we do it?
we can do that.